everybody. Okay, I put this up because I'm doing tarot and it has to be out. Okay, it came out that there is a high priestess who's fighting, okay? Everybody knows that. Okay, this is all over the tarot readers reading about this left and right. And this tarot reader, maybe she's a tarot reader, this high priestess, arrived to completion and letting go everything, okay? But what I'm tapping in here is not really the high priestess energy. But some criminal's energy, okay? So let's get to it. I mean, I pick up on a huge amount of money that actually the government gave out to the army to make the protection of the country stronger actually has been wasted for private purposes and maybe to harm this high priestess also. And many superiors does not know that all this money has left the army, the government, you know, this money that people who work really hard and pay with their tax. And that money was used actually to torture those people who pay this tax and actually use military weapons against those people who pay the tax. Just because some narcissistic, big-headed people got positions in certain places that they can exploit the army without even the army sometimes knowing about it. I mean, there are serious crimes are going on that fragilize this army hugely, and it might even cause serious damages to this country. While these certain people who are the cause of this getting away with their crimes, and all those milliards and milliards and milliards of dollars or euros is pouring out into nothing. Actually helping these people in their idiot games, when these people should never ever been put in a position to have any kind of power. And I'm talking about here human trafficking, you know, drug businesses, weapons selling illegally. Name it, they are all in it, okay? They are all in it, and they all doing it under the nose of the army, under the nose of the police, under the nose of the authorities, paid by the government, and sometimes even paid by the army. Okay, the mind came out very strongly. These, and a moment to moment and abundance. So these are the people who has some mental disease, okay? So I pick up on definitely two people who has, one of them is bipolar, the other one has schizophrenia. But a part of these mental problems, they developed other mental diseases. So, they mind, this is the card here. They mind, I don't know if you can see it. Looks a bit like this. It's not a nice card. Okay? But these people do not show themselves like this. They show themselves divine. They show themselves somebody who's organized, somebody who is, know what they're doing when they don't actually. These are the people who never think of the future. Look at that, moment to moment. These are the people who live moment to moment. They don't care what's going to happen in the future. They just want, we have here abundant cards. They want money. That's the most important things for them, They don't care what's going to happen in their country. They don't care if they induce war to destroy their country. They don't care if they fragilize the entire army and the security of an entire country. They just want their money. They want to be rich and powerful. They don't care about others, just themselves. That's much they're narcissistic. We have here the creator, source. Okay, totality came out reversed. Source and ripeness. Okay. Well, what's happening here? These people haven't finished their crime yet. They continue. I mean, they don't care. They don't care. I mean, they paying and kidnapping. Maybe they even kidnapping is, but blackmailing people around everywhere. They think they are gods. Definitely, they think they are the creator. And what they think that these divine people, the 144,000, is there just to harvest them, make them tired, and what they take away from them, create their own bullshit when it won't happen. I mean, these people will be taken out of the 5G Earth reality very fast and placed in a reality where they belong to, where they can learn the lesson. Okay, letting go. These people can't let go. They need to continue their crimes. They are so sick in their mind that they have to prove themselves and others that they are gods. They can't let it go. Okay. There's a woman called Michelle, okay? This woman is highly involved in politics, but in reality, she is behind the child trafficking. she's the big boss. D'accord? Okay. This is a person who does not want to have any burden in their life, and they don't mind sacrificing children left and right. Okay. And this is the woman actually who is in a governmental setup hiding a project called breeding program. Okay. The breeding program is actually they get women secretly pregnant. While it's not a secret today that we have these artificial wombs, and also that the army has a technique to operate or to do surgery when they don't need to open up a person and they can do it in distance. It's almost like teleporting an organ. Okay. With this army technology that is actually highly abused by these criminals, this breeding program is flourishing. Thousands and thousands of babies born in these artificial bombs that are not registered in the governmental system. That means nobody knows about them, even their parents does not know about them, because their parents did not notice there was a pregnancy. Okay, so what they do, they create artificially these babies with egg and a sperm that is probably belongs to one of the 144,000, because they want their gifts and they want these fetus to receive divine souls. And then this egg is implemented, this fetus is implemented in a divine feminine womb. Okay, a starseed womb that they don't even know about it. Okay. They can do it today. They can even kidnap these people, even that they realize something happened. They got, they got their techniques. And they artificially inseminate these fetus in a womb, and they wait 3 or 4 months or a few weeks. Somebody does not want me to talk. Until the soul, the divine soul, comes down in this fetus. When a divine soul came down in this fetus, it's artificially removed and put into this artificial womb, but brought into fruition until the baby is ready to be born. And then they use these babies for different purposes. Originally, this army designed this to create soldiers that they have genetically and spiritually high capacities to combat. Okay. Now, this is hardly used by criminals also, and that's how it is possible that more than 8 million children each year disappear all over the world. And these children actually is registered one. Can you imagine those who are not registered? And they are born in this breeding program. So these children are sold on the market, black market most of the time. If they are not used or genetically modified to be a soldier, they will be sold on a black market to satisfy some elite sick minds and desires to be sacrificed, or they are sold for purposes to give their organs to other children who are rich and sick, or they are sold to pedophiles to play with. Okay, there are different reasons they are sold for. And I'm not saying the army was doing this. In my opinion, the army does not know about this most of the time. These are the people who work on places like that, or they have access legally to technology like that, who's doing it on a side. Okay. Yeah, the politics came out playfulness and trust, turning in harmony and fighting. Okay, what I get creativity, rebirth, and nothingness. Okay, this Michelle is a politician, okay, who has somehow access to these facilities, technologies. Maybe she knows important people who actually lead these facilities or work there. And this is a politician who lies left and right. Well, that is not a new thing. We know a politician lies all the time. But this is a politician who actually put up a show that other people thinks she is the future. She is really telling the truth when it's not the case, okay? Her wealth is coming from this child trafficking and this breeding program secretly, okay? She created lots of money. I mean, she practically one of the richest person in Europe because of her crimes. Pick up on a very strong water sign here. Okay. I can even see energetic lines going to Scotland Yard or even the CIA. This woman she has huge power to control these, organizations in a way that these organizations doesn't even realize. I mean, if it would come out, this woman would disappear in a few days. But this woman is manipulating in a CIA and in a Scotland Yard. This woman would disappear practically because they don't know. This woman use people, but not in the right way. In the background, she is blackmailing people in the CIA, in the Scotland Yard, and other important organizations like NATO or even the European Union to get away with whatever she wants. She has definitely this imaginary God, like that she's God and deciding people's life. Very sick, mentally sick nature. This is not a simple narcissism anymore when somebody is in such a high level with their crimes and still invisible because of their mental sickness created a kind of organization like Hitler had in a Second World War. I mean, Hitler was not that bad than this woman. I dare to say that. And people can see it. And actually, in the politics, this woman is celebrated like somebody who's telling the truth, somebody who's the future, when in reality, she is worse than Hitler. Let's say that, okay? Some of these children also sold in research centers, in private agencies where they are tortured. They are torture level interventions are done on their little body. They genetically modified sometimes, so they're suffering when the transformation is happening. Nobody cares about that. While these women receive lots of money that actually supports her political career. And she spent all this money to trap people in a CIA, trap people in the Scotland Yard, trap people in a NATO, trap people in powerful places, in certain governments. And actually from the background, like somebody who pulled the string of the puppets, that's what she does, okay? And she achieved this with her money, and she created, I wouldn't say it's a team, because it's much bigger than a team. She has a group of people who are really specialized. I mean, they have really high technology that she got from the army. And she used this technology to put powerful people in a position where she can blackmail them, to force them to do whatever she wants. Okay? So the name, she's running in a politics or a politic world. The first name is Michelle. Okay? That comes out really strongly. Well, I don't have a right to give more details, but very easily I can trace down the family name also. Okay, we have here the Thunderbolt clinging to the past and success. Okay, Thunderbolt. Very interesting. Well, this woman, when she was a child, she experienced some child trafficking shit. So she had some childhood wound that all this cruelty is coming from. And she's projecting it to other people. I mean, success, there is a tiger has an importance. Well, the tiger is 1974. Maybe she was born in that year. I know because I'm a tiger also. But the tiger as a Chinese sign comes out very strongly. Maybe this woman has the same age than I have. Okay. This woman recently has been in China or will go to China for an official negotiation or something like that. Or I don't know. It's like people know she goes to China to discuss with politicians or leaders, okay? Maybe it's happened recently or it will happen soon. Yeah. Yes, definitely China. Yeah, she wants to visit Tibet also. I don't know why is it coming out. Maybe it's for people to find who is she. Because I have no idea who is this person, huh? And the tiger has an importance as a Chinese sign. If it's not her sign, this is somebody who's protecting her, like a bodyguard, or somebody is always around her that is actually a criminal. But nobody knows it, of course. Compassion. Okay. She will put up a show in China also, of course. I mean, this is a woman who's mastered deception. I mean, you have no idea all the crimes that she's doing in the background. I mean, if it would come out with proofs, you could shut her up in a prison for at least 60 years. I mean, the accumulation of different crimes. I mean, if the CIA would figure out what mess this woman is causing in the organization, they would hunt her down. And it's the same for other private organizations or, worldwide organizations like NATO. This is unbelievable how somebody can pull the string in the background like that. Meanwhile, in a public, she is celebrated like somebody who should be a president even in the future, like a master. The card of master came out. That's what people, when people look at her, look at this card, this came out, they see her like a master, like somebody who's really wise, who knows everything. This is a woman who called Michelle. Okay? And politics comes out again. And look at this politics card. I show you. Look at that mask. And the snakes. This is exactly like this Michelle. This is a rattlesnake, extremely poisonous. She's actually involved in a Luciferian organization. Why? It's not surprising, you know. Oh, this woman have a heavy schizophrenia. Look at that. It came out very strongly. I'm not surprised because when a woman capable to commit crimes like that, that is not human anymore. Do you understand? So there is some demonic interventions. You know, people usually are possessed by dark entities because when they do unhuman things, like sacrificing kids. Excuse me, I need to drink. You can't have a normal mind. You can't be normal. It is impossible. When you sacrifice children, you can't be normal. There is a serious mental disease that these people have. The healing cards came out. You know what is the most disgusting things today on earth? That many, actually almost all governments has access to technology to heal sicknesses that actually was impossible to heal 5, 6, or even 10 years ago. And they don't put this technology in public hospitals. In public hospitals, they still use technology that is 15, 16, 20, 30 years ago was a big invention. But they are useless. They're not healing people. But if this technology that actually the army use in half would come out in public, they would have to throw away all the old machines and, diagnostic machines, or that's what they use for operation. The whole system, the whole equipment should be thrown away practically, and they don't want to. So this is a big business because they're selling out all these machines, all these technologies to other countries. They're making lots of money actually with it, just to create other useless technology for the public health service, for most of the humans, the people in that country, to suffer from sicknesses. Why they have the technology to heal practically everything on earth. I mean, this woman, this Michelle, is involved in organ trafficking also. Now the army possesses a technology that organ trafficking is not necessary. because there is a technology that actually permits to create organs that perfect match to that human body. When you have this technology and you still using organ transplantation, torturing people with it, and if that is not the right donor and rejection and all this misery people has to go through, when you have the technology to create the organ that is a perfect match, what do you want me to say? And then women like this Michelle makes milliards and milliards with organ trafficking, has interest to keep up a public health service that is actually ruined down and not developing the last 15, 20, 30 years, but stays on a same level, maximum creating technology that faster, doing the same old shit than they did before. You understand? I mean, this is unsupportable on a 5D earth. I mean, those people who wants to stay in politics, wants to stay in a leader position, has to pull together. In a 5D earth, it won't be allowed. Like this woman won't be allowed doing crimes left and right like that, and controlling millions and millions of people's life and playing with it like if she would be God, you know. This is really, really difficult to understand for some people who are in power, that if they won't go in with the change, that's mean they won't reject corruption and people like this Michelle from their milieu, they will be rejected also. I'm just saying this because not everybody evil in this milieu. I mean, there are really some people who would love to do right, but they can't because they think their hands are tied. You know, they can't do anything because they think these type of people like this Michelle is too powerful and will destroy them. So they get into a political position promising good things, but at the end, when they get there, they realize they can't do anything because the whole structure is so rotten by evilness and corruption that they feel like they can't manage to change the whole shit. My source is telling that if the changes won't happen from inside, because these honest people actually still exist in this system, don't work together, because they should work together or have a coalition or something like that to create these transformations or reforms. If they don't do it, there will be a situation when everything will be destroyed and started from zero. Yeah, morality came out, participation, harmony. They are people in politics. They are people in the justice system, in an army, in leader position, and even people who has a financial background, who wants to do right, but they are afraid. They feel like their hand is tied by people like this Michelle. And there is many of them, not just her. It's their stake to keep, for example, the public health service rotten practically. And because of that, millions and millions die. And why? Because they make milliards and milliards of euros with it. Experiencing Oh, yes. I'm not even talking about that those technology that has been used to create monsters or soldiers can be easily used to heal serious sicknesses or children who suffering and passing away right now in public hospitals. Those technology can be used actually to create a society, create a world that is better and actually would serve humanity. My question is that when you think about all that, what do you think these people serve who if they don't serve humanity? And if you don't serve humanity, who do you serve and why? And if you don't serve humanity, then what are you? Because if you are human, how can you serve people who destroy humanity? I mean, these people have to seriously sit down and think over their life and their decision, their positions, and their power. Because this is the case when you sit on a branch and you chopping down with your own hand, the axe in your hand, the tree, the branch you are sitting on. Now or later you will fall. The question is that, why don't you get off that branch and chop off those trees that are dry, fruitless, and died out like this Michel, and plant new trees? For that, the mentality has to be changed. Slowing down came out and laziness. Well, it's very interesting. I think a lot of people in these powerful places, even if they know what's going on, but they don't want to stop it, they don't want changes because they think there's no way that they can change anything here. Because the cards of laziness is like a man sitting on a kind of chair that looks like a throne with the sunglasses, his feet on a pillow. You need to check this out. It's very funny, actually. Look at that. Look at this man, with the sleeves and with that glass of something in his hand. And in the background, everything is breaking down. Everything is collapsing. But these politicians, these leaders are sitting there, nothing is wrong. We're doing fine. We control the situation and everything will be fine. Okay, when it's not. When it's definitely not. The question is what will happen? Everything will be erased and built from zero. That means all those people who do nothing in power will be erased. Or some of them wake up and find alliances, because there is alliance they can find, and try to cause these changes from inside. We have here guidance in our voice. While these leaders has to listen to their inner voice and their guidance, that is definitely not this mission. Politics comes out continuously. So want politicians to listen, and people in leading positions, especially when you have economic power in your hands, to listen to your inner voice, to become more spiritual, connect to source. And it's very easy to connect now because the grid of the earth has changed a long time ago, actually, many, many months ago, even a year ago. And it's going on continuously. I mean, you want to tap into source energy on earth, it's very easy now. It's very, very easy. It's like you can reach out spiritually very easily and tap into source, divine light source energy. And the guidance is there. You can find alliance. You can find other powerful people like you are who wants the same thing, change, and a more just system, because they fed up with the corruption and the dirt they have to face. I mean, look at some politicians, for example, when they dream about changing the world situation, they get into politics deeper and deeper. And if they get into a position as a minister, or even if it's a young president, I mean, the first time he was chosen into president, look at them 1 or 2 years later. I mean, they age like 15 years in 1 year, because of the burden, because of the deception that they realize they can't change anything, because it's like set because of these corrupted, evil people who pull the strings in the background. You need to take down those people who pull the strings, but you can't take them down alone. You need to work together. The outsider came out and a fool. The fool in tarot, I mean, this is an oracle card, not tarot, what I'm using right now. But, well, oracle cards is a type of tarot also. But look at that. Outsider and a new beginning. So those powerful people to their position won't be part of the future if they don't make the changes. They will look like this child looking through that door, you know, a portal, and watching others having a new beginning. The decisions that you make today, the decisions what you make this year in 2025 will form your future, not the future of Earth, not the future of humanity, because it is set. So it's decided, and that's how it will happen. That you will be part of it or not, it's only your decision. And to set it clear, it's not worldwide leaders who decide what will happen on Earth. Not anymore. This is not worldwide leaders who will decide what will happen to humanity. It's out of their hands. It was in their hands 3-4 years ago. Not anymore. The only thing they can decide now, if they want to go with the changes or not. But it does not work like they say, oh yes, I want to go with the changes, And after, in the background, they're doing their own business to keep everything as it was before, because it won't happen. Oh my God, look at these cards. It can't be clearer. The Misa transformation. The suffering of human race will end. You like it or not, it will end. There will be the separation. Those who did not transform will be taken out of this misery, and those who transformed will create a new future, a new earth. And this is not an utopia, unfortunately, for those who won't be part of it, but reality. They like it or not. This is the reality. Then these people say, oh, it will happen 10 years, 50 years, 60 years. That just think today is 2025. For example, if I say in 2015, Earth will be in plain golden age, it's 25 years. You think 25 years is a lot? What did you do 25 years ago? Doesn't it look like it's happened a day ago, 2 days ago, a week ago? You need to understand the golden age won't happen one day to other. It will take time. But in a transformation, everybody who does not support the stake of human race will be filtered out and taken out, and all those who wants to have changes and they don't want human race to suffer, to be in misery, and they are awakened, will work towards this bright future. And you know, these clever ones wants to stop them, like Michel, because they think wrongly they are gods and they have the power when they don't. They have only the power that was given to them, and this power can be taken away anytime, whenever Source decides. Participation came out, totality reversed came out. Okay, I pick up on some group here. No harmony. Yeah, many organization will go through a horrible state the next few years, especially the next few months will be significant. Many organizations we know really well today, worldwide organization will disappear actually. That you would think they will never ever change, they will be always there. Morality or guilt turning in, somebody is suffering. Yeah, that's what many leaders will be in this situation in a few months, to choose morality or living with a guilt but supporting these destructions that insane mentally sick people like this Michel does. I mean, what is the strange thing is that you don't have any idea how many people do not want to support this woman. If all of you would stand up, this woman would be in prison. and the destruction she's doing all over the world, because she's controlling not just one country but many from the background, would stop. All the destruction she's doing would stop. The tiger comes out again, but this time with the patience. I believe the tiger represents here the success, actually written on a card, success. You know, these empire, that these worldwide politicians, and even if you look at just one country's politics and economic system and the army, the everything, actually the war structure, it's like a build-up empire, and the building blocks are not stable because they fragilize, build on lies, build on corruptions. And when you pull out one brick, just one little brick, you don't even have to pull out a cornerstone, just one brick, doesn't matter where you pull it out, the whole shit will go down, collapse. And I think that's what will happen soon. Because souls had enough with these games that these people are playing left and right, that they will bring the changes. Isn't it? There was many negotiations, for example, between the Galactic Federation and governments all over the world, and everywhere they were promised that yes, the technology will be available for everybody. Yes, these changes will happen. And then it's not, because they were playing around, okay? So they use this technology actually to enhance their power and keep the masses down. So whatever will happen when everything will collapse, I mean, these structures everywhere will collapse if they don't start a revolution from inside to change everything. Then from an outsider will make collapse the whole system, and the only one who will survive, those who goes with the flow of destruction. The miser came out reversed. The simple fact that humans had enough of suffering. You know, these people who think they are God, they use the last 30, 40 years in high position to create army, military structures, weapons, or imagine whatever you want to imagine, okay? But they created these monsters with the technology they're supposed to use, lift up humanity and put humanity in a positive evolution path. They use these opportunities, these technologies that were given to them to create monsters, armies, all kind of things. I won't get into this, that they plan to release on humanity if they won't take the misery they're forcing on them anymore. My question is that you don't really think that those who give you that technology will intervene when you want to do that. Because when that is the case, you definitely won't win. The fighting and a control came out. These are the elites, well, we call them elite. Don't think about singers or actors. No, 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 no. Think about people who you don't even know their name because they are in the background holding huge economic power, who are actually moving the whole structure of this huge empire that actually ruining the world, humanity and earth. They fighting to stay in control. And a consciousness came out, but the humanity wants to shift. Earth wants to shift because they suffered enough. And it can't be stopped. It can't be. And what they created with this technology won't destroy humanity because they will be stopped doing that. Exactly. This fight is insane. Look at that. We have here the fight. These leaders are fighting to stay in control against the collective consciousness that is rising because people are awakened. And these leaders will be exhausted because they won't be able to keep up the power. It will be impossible. Source came out again. I mean, the Earth has an importance because when you look at the universe, it's practically the phantom matrix and the other part of the universe is merging together on Earth. I mean, in a planet Earth. And because the structure of 3D Earth is destroyed, the 5D Earth does not support anymore. It's like pushing out the phantom matrix, okay? So the phantom matrix does everything to get stuck to the 5D Earth and try to control it, while its grips is less tight and less tight because the structure of the 5D Earth does not permit the phantom matrix to stuck in it. I don't know how to describe this. This is impossible. And those who are in the phantom matrix, because they are not in a 3D Earth anymore, because it does not exist, they desperate to put back the same power, the same situation that was on a 3D Earth. When you don't have any more a 3D Earth, you can't use the same system. It will necessarily collapse. And that every intelligent person can understand. But these people with this phantom matrix trying to recreate something on a 5D Earth, they think they will be able to recreate this 3D Earth situation with lies, trying to lie to Source, the Galactica Federation, the humanity, that they are actually changing when it's not the case. Okay? Don't think that the Galactica Federation are a group of idiot creatures, that they can't see what you're doing. Don't think that the human race is an idiot race that they will never see what's going on. Especially when the changes that has actually stabilized on the 5D Earth supports that this truth comes out. You are not working anymore 3D grids, but 5D that does not support your corrupted governmental structure, does not support your corrupted economic structure, that does not support your health service, your army. That's all. This Michelle, well, it will come out what is this bitch is doing, excuse me for my expression. And this bitch will be judged very soon. And what they will dish out on her will be outrageous. I mean, when it will come out, it will be scandalous. I mean, some people think that, yeah, she's not clean, something is wrong with her. But actually, it will come out all the shit she is involved. I mean, man, those people who supporting her right now will be ashamed of their decision being on her side. That's for sure. Okay, that is my reading for now. Thank you for watching. And I don't know what time is it. Well, in Europe, we have 3 o'clock. While wherever you watch me, I wish you to have such a lovely day. And thank you for joining me. Take care.